Right, Brakathiya Howell, Brakathiya Shai, Brakathiya Howell, Brakathiya Shai, Brakathiya Howell, Brakathiya Shai, Brakathiya Howell, Brakathiya Howell, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim, HaKodash. The belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which you well. Salutations to the whole elect out there, you Akim, Tazadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman. This week's topic is going to be titled, Here We Go Again. Again. If you haven't seen Tropic Thunder, y'all know the inside joke there. Um, but I don't. Everything is so triggering to the algorithms concerning the topic I want to speak about. So I didn't even take a screenshot. What I did was I took a picture of this article you see above. All right. Um, Concerning that thing, and I took it. I took it at work. And I said, Lord willing, that if I get the time, I could do the lesson on it. But I've been extremely busy. But I definitely want to speak on this thing because as you can see, they're bringing it back around town. All right. Now, the first time this happened, there was forced compliance. People didn't understand what the hell was going on. Now, people, looking back at what happened, are very skeptical. Second Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So this auto app KO situation, and the advent of the internet, people aren't just taking everything for face value anymore. Soon that silent minority, when this thing first came around, all right, is going to be now the large majority. And sure enough, you got Trump coming back into office, and I definitely believe that was something they used to sort of silence that dude because he had the major rallies, right, and large crowds, but they needed that other guy in there. So when that thing came around, people had to stay 6 feet apart or what have you, and he couldn't do those rallies and shit like that, and it swayed the so-called votes, if you will. But sure enough, this guy's running back around, and now all of a sudden it pops back up, okay, and they're trying to lock this dude up. So as you can read in the article, it's like, damn, the thing with this, when you're talking about this particular V words mutate. So you could always have a new enemy, a new threat, and say, look, now is a means to shut this down, shut that down, and do this and do that. But really, again, this is all a trial run leading up to that RFID microchip being massively implemented and eventually by force, right, which is the mark of the beast. You see, we're the prophets, and we telling you what's going to go down according to the scriptures, you know. But the so-called white man is pursuant to the book of Job 13:4. Says, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value. This man's a goddamn liar. All right, because when that thing was around on the first go around, people got, they downloaded that they, they downloaded that thing on their computer, and they still died. They still caught sicknesses. You see, so it's a bunch of lies with him, and he says you're a physicians of no value. So when the fuck did the so-called white man ever give a shit about anybody's health, man? It's complete nonsense. I can't believe people are this naive, but guess what? Common sense isn't common. All of a sudden, this man give a fuck about your health when he's putting all this food deserts and GMOs and sugar every goddamn way. Now all of a sudden, no, your health matters. You can take this. Man, that's why the book of Ecclesiasticus 12:10 tells you never trust your enemy. But these people are fucking stupid, man. Jake is dumb, 2/3 of Jake is fucking dumb. The Lord is gonna destroy them, and they're gonna completely be ignorant, man. All right, willingly ignorant. Let me read this. It's a classic, Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people." Now, who's the Lord's people? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." The lack of knowledge is pretty much ignorance, because thou hast rejected knowledge. And what's the primary knowledge our people lack? Our people lack the true understanding of this Bible right here. They might be so-called Christians, but they lack the true understanding of this Bible. Why? Because if they had the true understanding of this Bible, they would understand that they have enemies. All right, pursuant to the book of Psalms 83rd chapter, you have enemies. You have nations that conspire against you, but you stupid niggas have Stockholm syndrome and you love your oppressors. These other nations come together in secret and conspire how they should destroy you. But you niggas can't see that. You think you're fucking African. You got, that's amongst you, Jakes out there, you dark skinned tribes, you all think you're African, Mother Africa, and you Latin tribes, you fucking swear by that Spanish language, which was forced upon you by goddamn conquistadors. So our people are all fucked up in the head, man. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So since you've rejected the prophets of the Most High that's breaking down these scriptures correctly, letting you know that you have enemies. Nah, the Bible is love, love. The Lord is gonna fucking destroy you guys, man. You see? Part of my language, but my rude speech, if you will. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. And a lot of our people, when that thing was around, y'all all decided to get stabbed up. And what was the outcome of that? Did that thing save you like the so-called white man tell you it would? Hell no. A lot of you got more fucked up. Alright? Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So you forgot the laws of the Most High. You niggas want to commit adultery, eat pork, be just wicked. Alright? Our women are just complete sluts and whores. The men have been feminized. Alright? The Lord is just going to have to wipe you dudes out, man. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to die here in America. Rightfully so, because they are far gone, man. Now, the book of Isaiah 10:1 reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree. So this, as you can see in the article, you know what it led to. That's an unrighteous decree. But guess what? Prophecy's got to come to pass. This man has to come in like a flood. So these are just trial runs, to have them use FEMA camps or what have you. Okay, and to see how you people react. See how far they can push the limits before you guys revolt. But guess what? You people have become extremely docile. All the foods you eat, all the social engineering have gotten these people docile, man. It wasn't America, that great revolution that made America America was because they raised taxes on teas. Now they could pretty much do what they could say, oh, let's raise this 50% tax. And y'all people won't do shit because y'all been pussified. All right, they've been making weak men. But eventually the Most High is going to rouse the people up and rouse these riots up. Why? To fulfill 2 Ezra, the 15 and 16 chapter. Prophecy's got to come to pass. There got to be riots and wars wars and rumors of wars. There got to be sedition amongst men. All right, an uprising of the government. These things have to come to pass. So, so-called white man is playing with fire. It says, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So, all these laws, statutes, and commandments, and of all these laws and statutes that the so-called white men push out are grievous, man. Because that's why people are in mourning. People are fed up. See, the so-called white man could jog with a smile on his face and run around because he's ruling. We do the same. If we were ruling, we'd be jogging around with smiles on our face too. But we not. We being oppressed on every corner. All right? As a whole. I'll say this. Our people as a whole are being oppressed. Because you do have certain jakes that are well off, that they made it so-called in America. But I'm talking about our people as a whole are down. See? When we're supposed to be the people of the Lord. But, alright, so Revelation 2:10 reads, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Because we're going to have to go through a lot to obtain the kingdom of heaven, man. The hell that we catching now is just a prerequisite of things that's going to be far worse when all hell break loose. So it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Remember, as it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, fear is nothing but a forgetting of the succor, or a help, or forgetting that the Most High is in control of things. Behold, the devil, so-called white man, right, the accuser of our brethren, shall cast some of you into prison. So some brothers are going to get locked up for this word. It says, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, a period of time. Be thou faithful unto death. So you got to be ready to die. The same way Yahweh was ready to die for his people, die for us. We got to be ready to die for him. It says, and I will give thee a crown of life. And the book of Thessalonians tells us that the dead in Yahweh shall rise first anyways. Again, this is just a picture. I already know there was no point in me trying to go to the article, because the moment you start speaking on this thing, the algorithms, they'll just shut your video down. I still got videos being shut down from when I did lessons on this topic 2 years ago. So, you know who runs YouTube, right? You know everything is being controlled by a small group of people, so-called Jews, goddamn gutter rats, right? They run YouTube, they run everything. So if you say certain things, they shut your shit down. So I was just like, let me just take a picture, speak on it, And know that they're gonna bring it back for nefarious reasons. It's not about your health, all right? They don't give two shits about your health. Okay, so with that, I hope you brothers are edified. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Chakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Zadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.